podcast. I'm Sean.
I'm Ian, and this is the only podcast that says
Jay and Silent Bob are like the C-3PO and R2-D2. They've been here since the first movie, which was the last time they were cool, but they've been with the franchise for so long they still give them cameos and put them on the lunch boxes.
Oh, so you watched it.
I did.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Clerks 3 at this moment.
Finally.
Oh.
The chickens have come home to roost.
Oh, man. That fucking crushed me.
Oh, I didn't feel right for like 4 days.
Like... I can't even explain. Like, it was like the oddest thing of like... It was very Wheaton-esque. In that, you know... And like I had the ability, like I watched the extras and, you know, the making of Clerks 3. And like he talked about, like, you know, with his heart attack, his own heart attack, which is which is what this is, you know, only 20% of people live.
Yeah.
80% die. He's like, so I've talked to many people like, yeah, my dad had that same heart attack you had. Oh, how's he doing? Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
You know, so he felt if they both had Randall would live, but Dante has to die.
Yeah.
That's just the law of averages, even.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just, but still, like the whole thing with like the argument, and then, I mean, the once he's in the movie theater with Becky, I was just like done.
Let's start from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
You're jumping right to the end.
Right, I know, because that's what crushes you. But you're like, even the beginning, like when you see the little thing, of, like, you know, kind of acknowledging that she had died, and he kind of puts his hand on the register and then puts his head down.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, it was very subtle.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that acting at the grave,
oh,
I mean, he acted unbelievable. I mean, his acting was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, truly.
Yeah. Brian O'Halloran, I mean, he's a good actor. I mean, he's done other things outside of the Askew-verse.
Nah.
But, I mean, this was hardcore.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and even Rosario Dawson was, I mean, those two, that scene with just those two.
Oh, yeah, and the movie theater.
Yeah, I mean, the movie theater, just crushed me. And even when she's like, well, don't you want to see the end? It's like, I trust the director.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
I know, I'm skipping around a lot, too.
I mean, there's a lot to skip around, because, I mean, there's
oh, my God, when he came in to show him that movie.
Yeah.
And they held hands, I was just like...
Yeah. Oh.
It was brutal. Brutal.
It was.
And the tears on his face.
Yeah.
Like, it looked real.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he did to work himself up, but that shit was absolutely brutal.
It was.
And when he had his heart attack, it was brutal.
Yeah.
But not, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But I thought the movie was really well done.
It was.
And it was filmed a little differently. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't filmed like Clerks 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could not believe I mean, how fucking depressing is that?
And then,
for him.
Yeah.
I mean, like, losing his child and her.
Yeah.
His whole life was ahead of him.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's what the graveyard scene's about. Like, her telling him, like, but you can turn to the next page. You're refusing to turn to the next page.
Right. No, I know.
You know, I mean, that was what, I mean, but for him, it was like, she was the way out.
Right.
Like, my future's in front of me because of you, and that's taken away from me.
Right.
And I've spent the last 15 years in mourning.
Right.
Because everything I wanted died that day.
Exactly. Sick.
It is.
I mean, it's very, very depressing. But I loved when Silent Bob said, "I'm shooting this in black and white."
Oh, yeah,
It's great.
that was. So I laughed my ass off at that, but that's me. I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the whole freaking. I love the whole selling pot, even though it's legal.
Yeah.
Aspect of it.
Oh yeah.
It's great.
Thought we did in the '90s, son.
Yeah. I like that part of it. The mini outfit changes from what's his name?
Oh, for Trevor. Yeah.
Was great.
Oh.
It just kept it was like really good because it kept it going because you were waiting for him to show up on what he's gonna wear next.
When he showed up as Priss from Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's a Blade Runner?"
So good.
It was so good.
Yeah. But I really liked Randall.
Oh yeah.
I thought he did really well. I mean, like, he's sort of like, I don't know how to he's sort of like Brody. What's his name? Jason Lee.
Jason Lee, yeah.
So when Jason Lee's in a film, I wait anticipated breath for his next something to come out of his mouth.
Right.
Because it's usually fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I fucking love him, right?
Yeah, I mean, the pickle fucker scene in
Yeah, exactly.
Clerks 2 is tremendous.
But whenever Randall talks, I love it.
Yeah.
Because everything out of his mouth is like
Right.
worthy. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Everything's funny usually, and when it's sad, it's sad.
Yeah.
But when he talks, he commands the set. He commands the room.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, he leads it. You know, that's what I was excited to see, acting from him.
Right.
Oh my God, when he said, "You're not even supposed to be here today."
Yeah.
That was it. That was the
Yeah.
cherry on the top.
Right.
I was like, I can't. Right. This is too much for me to process right now.
Yeah.
I cannot. You know what I mean? Like, I was mind blown. I don't think I watched anything for like 3 or 4 days. I just could not get past this movie.
Yeah.
Truly. It was good though, man. God damn, it was good.
It was, I mean, and there was so much like the fact that they went back and brought back like so many of the original people who were in Clerks to reprise those roles and redo those scenes.
Right.
Like, was so great.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and there was like a bunch of little things here and there. I was just like, yeah, it was an interesting, because it was like this tip of the cap to like where it all began.
Yeah.
But it was also very much a story of loss.
Yeah, yeah.
All the way around.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's a brilliant fucking movie.
Dante at the end, behind the clip.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean,
It was too much. It was just too much.
yeah.
I mean, not too much, but it was a well crafted and well written. I understood what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, I get. It was. I mean, the thing, it's like you think of Kevin Smith, and it's like, well, you know, he does dick and fart jokes, you know. But this is a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
It really is, like, from beginning to end.
I thought so too. Especially if you're a Smith fan.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're a Smith fan. Like, I wouldn't recommend this to somebody who hasn't watched
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you have, like, you know, if you're a Kevin Smith fan, you have to watch this movie because it's so. I guess it's because it's Dante and Randall. It's just written and presented in a way that it hits home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's just good. It's sort of like, I don't know. It was just a perfect wrap up to that series.
Yeah.
And I like how it followed them through their lives.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? As sad as it was.
Did you watch the whole way through the credits?
Yeah, I think so.
So you heard like the Kevin Smith do the monologue at the end about thanking you for coming back to the convenience store and what he actually had written for the finale of the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And he read, even that, like that little touch, like his gratitude towards us, the fans, for just like being like, it's weird. Like we don't want him to do anything else. We want him to do this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and I get like as an artist and as a creator, like you want to spread your wings beyond this. But like this is what you do absolutely best. Like Jay and Silent Bob Reboot's a fun movie. It's nowhere near as good as this.
No.
I mean, probably the biggest saving grace of that movie is Affleck.
Yeah.
Like that whole, you become Thomas Wayne. Yeah. You're not bad. That's a beautiful monologue.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and but this entire movie is nothing but a beautiful monologue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Jay and Silent Bob is fun. This was, it was fun, and I laughed a lot. But at the same time, man, it's just this.
It hits you on another level.
Yeah.
And some of his movies do that. You know what I mean? Hits you on that other level.
Right.
Like, I get shit for this, but Jersey Girl hits you on that other level.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when he does movies of that caliber.
When he does a movie that's personal. Jersey Girl was personal. That was about him becoming a father.
Yeah.
Clerks 2 is about him becoming a father.
Yeah.
Chasing Amy. That was about his relationship with Joey Lauren Adams.
Yeah.
Dogma was incredibly personal because it's his relationship with God.
Yeah.
The first Clerks was about him.
Yeah.
Dante and Randall are his personality.
Yeah, yeah.
His ego, essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
So when he has something very personal to say, he does it really, really well. And he even admits, like, my best writing is when it's hitting close to home.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it's interesting, like, I love Zack and Miri. I love Red State. I love Tusk. Hosers, not so much.
What?
Yoga Hosers, not so much.
Nah,
yeah. But, they're not nearly as good as Clerks, Clerks 2, and Clerks 3.
Right.
Not even close.
Clerks 2 was really good, though.
Yeah.
They're all good.
Yeah.
He pulled out a lot of stops for fucking Clerks 2.
Oh, yeah.
He did. Yeah.
You love, like, Rosario Dawson talks about, like, I was reading the script and I got to the donkey scene and immediately called my agent and said, I'm in. Like, that was it. Like, I get this.
Right.
So, that says a lot about her, too. And if she wanted to come back for Clerks 3, she's a busy person, so I'm sure, I think she only did one day.
Yeah.
For those 3 scenes. But the fact that she was willing to do that,
right,
is always fascinating. Like, she's a big star.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that she did Clerks 2 is amazing to me.
Yeah, it was to me, too.
Yeah, like, she was a big enough star at that point where I'm like, she's doing a Kevin Smith movie?
Yeah. And
really?
She's great in it.
Yeah. Oh, she's phenomenal in that. Crushes.
Yeah. The whole fucking Jackson 5 thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. That is, that dance sequence and everything is just amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
that whole movie was good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I know that's probably like, I mean, Dogma's, I think you said your favorite Smith movie, but that's got to be like number 2 for you,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It's just really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's close.
Yeah.
I just love Dogma.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good movie.
It is.
And you can see, like, you can see what he goes through.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, questioning and,
right.
You know, what's right, what's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and then Alanis Morissette pops out. I mean, like, what mind blown.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what? You know, Alanis Morissette. I mean, like, I'm not a huge Alanis Morissette, but I think it was cool that he even brought her out as female.
Yeah.
God out as female.
Yeah.
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 It's just a total.
Yeah.
This is what I think. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You know, but plus Matthews and freaking Ben Affleck were so good in it.
They were.
I mean, even Ben Affleck's death scene was good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just a good movie. Anyway, but this was like a masterpiece to me.
It was. It absolutely was. I mean, it's...
If it can take you to the level of that much despair.
Well, I think part of it is we've spent 30 years with these characters.
Right.
You know, like, you feel like... It's the same way I felt, very oddly, you know, when I thought Cap was going to die in Endgame.
Yeah.
You know, when he's pulling on the strap for the busted up shield.
Yeah.
You know, and he's facing down the army of Thanos, and then you hear, you know, on your left.
Yeah.
I mean, the tears that were rolling down my face because my emotional investment in those characters over 10 years and however many movies that was.
Right.
You know, but in this even more so because, you know, there's only been 3 Clerks movies, but, you know, Jay and Silent Bob and, you know, Dante, Randall, I mean, they've appeared in other movies as well.
Right.
And so it's this thing of like, you know, it's that odd thing. I've said it before. Kevin Smith is the voice of Generation X to me. And, like, that helped me realize, not that I needed it, you know, I get more days behind me than I do ahead of me.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
You know, it helps. It helps you think about your mortality.
Right.
At this age.
Right.
You know, it's like, fuck, you know. So.
No, I agree with you.
And I think that's why it hurts. I think that's because it's like, you know, I'm that same age.
What's that?
I think that's why it hurts because it's like, yeah, fuck, I'm that same age.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been through it all with these characters.
Right.
You know,
right.
I can relate with what these characters have actually been through in their lives.
Right.
You know, because it's, and that's the great thing about like going all the way back to Clerks. Like, what makes you fall in love with Kevin Smith material? Well, because you relate to it.
Right.
We've had those conversations. Like, there's not a single Kevin Smith movie for the most part where I can't like say like I can relate to these characters and I can relate to what they're going through in the movie at the time.
Right.
No, I've never had to escort the last sigh onto a church in New Jersey, but a lot of the conversations they still have along the way, it's like, well,
yeah, we do that all the time.
even about religion.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, yeah, you know. No, I've never dated a lesbian, but, you know, a lot of what those 3 characters are facing with each other in their friendship and their love, I could understand.
Yeah, right.
You know. So, I mean, it's like, I guess the thing about, like, those movies is you relate to it so much because it's written by a voice of our generation who's speaking in the voice of our generation.
Right, yes. You're right, yeah.
I mean, Tarantino's great, and he's a Gen X guy. He was an independent creator at the same time, Smith and Robert Rodriguez. But like, I watched a Quentin Tarantino movie, and like, maybe the Madonna scene at the beginning of Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
Like, maybe I could say I've had that conversation. But like, there's nothing else that's ever gone on in a Tarantino movie I can be like, oh yeah, I can relate to that.
Right.
You know, nothing.
Yeah. Like even in 4 Rooms when they cut the finger off.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
That's never happened in my life. No. You know, so I mean, it's
dialogue phenomenal.
Phenomenal. But
I actually personally think that 4 Rooms, that little half an hour snippet at the end of that movie was probably some of his best writing he ever did.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh yeah.
Like
I'll give that to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that.
I mean I know. I mean True Romance is right there in the.
Yeah.
And I think the best writing he ever did was probably the speech between Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper.
Yeah. That
whole scene.
That whole scene. Yeah.
But it's phenomenal.
Right.
I mean it's.
Right.
But of course he didn't direct that. But what I'm saying is like he wrote the script for that.
Right.
But that 4 Rooms episode,
yeah,
when he's laying out the money,
yeah,
is just it's good writing. I mean, like it's just really well done.
And Tim Roth is so fucking good.
Oh, he's good in the whole thing.
The whole thing, but like that when he just scoops the money and it's like
with swag.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fucking perfect. Yeah, it's just. But I think that's some of his best writing.
Yeah.
Just in that small space with those 5 people.
Right.
6.
Yeah.
It's just good stuff.
Yeah.
You know? But no, have I ever had that conversation? No. Have I ever had any Tarantino conversation?
No, I can't his dialogue I can't relate to.
Right.
You know, like it's unrelated. Kevin Smith's dialogue is completely relatable.
Yeah, it is.
Like I can say, yeah, I've probably had that conversation. You know.
Yeah.
I probably had that conversation before I saw Clerks. You know.
Right. Yeah, it's just I'm gonna miss them.
Yeah.
It feels like a piece of your life fell off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something's missing now. You'll never get back.
Yeah.
And so it's a good bookend.
It is. It's a phenomenal bookend.
Yeah.
But it's still it hurts in a place I can't explain.
Yeah, you're right.
You know.
Yeah.
And I
don't think I've weeped like that since. Not weep. I mean, I think I cried more during this than I did in when Solo died.
Yeah.
When Solo died, that hurt. For me.
I think, and this is gonna sound weird. I the last time in a movie I hit that point where I had to be like, oh fuck, I'm glad nobody's looking at me.
Yeah.
Was when I saw Serenity.
Okay.
Like, because if you're in Serenity, I mean, again, like I was.
When Wash died?
No, like, because Wash was shocking. Like, I didn't have much like the crew. I did not have time to like. Oh my god! I can't believe they killed Wash. I mean, I was like stunned. I was still stunned. The moment where Mel's getting his ass kicked, and they're trying to upstairs. They're retreating to that hallway, and the blast door won't close.
Yeah.
And everybody's all fucked up. And Rivers says, "It's my turn to protect you," and she grabs. And she runs through the door, throws the bag in, and closes the blast door. I thought, that's it. He's killing them all. He's fucking killing them all.
Yeah.
There is no sequel to this because he's going to kill them all.
Yeah.
I was like when River goes for that door. At that point, I am in full blown tears.
Really?
Big balls of tears rolling down my face. Because I was so invested in those characters.
Yeah.
Like, and I also knew enough about Joss Whedon at that point that, I mean, he's already killed Book, he's already killed Wash, he's killed characters in Buffy and Angel. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind he's killing everybody.
Yeah.
You know, he has no problem doing that. And so, like, that was, like, the last time, because I honestly thought they were all going to die.
Yeah.
You know? And it's a weird thing, I know, but that's just how emotionally invested in those characters I was, and that movie was, like... That movie's so fucking good. Like, I know we shouldn't be praising Joss Whedon because he's apparently a scumbag of a human being, but I can separate him as a human being and his work. And his work is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, that movie is so fucking good.
Yeah.
A great capstone to that series.
Yeah.
But that's like, that's the emotional investment I had in those characters.
Right.
And that's the same thing I had at that moment.
Right.
At that moment when him and Becky get up in that movie theater, and Becky's like, "Don't you want to watch the end of the movie?" And he goes, "No, I trust the director's vision." I was done.
Yeah.
At that point, I had to pause the movie and collect myself. You know.
Yeah, I was an emotional wreck.
Yeah. And then the funeral killed me. Like, I mean, you're right. When Randall got up and he said I thought about doing the Kirk Spock funeral, but I'm not a Star Trek guy. I'm a Star Wars guy. And then he's like, you're not even supposed to be here today. I had to pause again. Because I was just like, fuck.
And you say his voice was wavering.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck.
And it's funny because that's what when his voice wavered a couple times, I was like, "That's it."
Yeah.
I was done when he had the heart attack. I think I cried from the time he had the heart attack to the end of the fucking movie. Seriously.
Yeah.
Especially when he went back to when he rewrote everything and did it right.
Yeah.
And went back to him and he gave him his heartfelt speech and was holding his hand.
Yeah.
You know, and then his eyes, and I was like, this is like,
you've always been my hero of my story.
Yeah, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Just brutal. I mean, it was just...
And looking back and using the footage from the original Clerks movie when they were young and everything, I was like, fuck. Oh, that was a brilliant choice, by the way, but I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know.
I can't take this.
Yeah. It was, dude, I'm telling you,
yeah.
I was like, it was, I don't think I can watch it again. It's going to be hard for me to watch that movie again.
It's going to be hard. Like, I will go back and, like, at some point soon, I will, like, just watch them all in order.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I think when I get to that movie, that'll be, like, a tough one to put in the DVD player and hit play on.
Yeah.
And even the DVD has, like, an opening where, like, even before you get to the menu where Kevin Smith is like, I just want to thank you for purchasing this. I want to thank you for supporting me. Like, almost like his own farewell.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think, like, there was a time where I thought he was really done making movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he seemed satisfied with his work and was moving on.
Yeah.
You know, he was doing the podcast thing. He was enjoying that. He was enjoying his life. I think he was making good money with the podcast thing and, you know, everything that he was kind of doing. And he could sustain himself for the rest of his life. And then he got the itch again and he kind of came back. And he finally came back to, you know, with Reboot.
Yeah.
And then this. And, like, I don't know what his plans are. I mean, they're supposed to be doing a Mallrats 2. He's talked, you know, that's been talked about. But, it's one of those like it's just one of those things where like I'm happy if you never make another movie. Like if you were to say like this is it, I'm done. This is my coup de grace. I would be like, okay, yeah, I get it.
I like the tryouts too.
Oh, the tryouts were fantastic.
And what's his name? Willem.
Yeah. Oh,
that was a good throw-in.
That was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Affleck did lion face, lemon face, lion face, lemon face.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah, I thought the tryouts were absolutely fantastic. And it was a way for him to bring back some people that he wanted to thank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just good. Very good. Very, very, very good movie.
It was. It really was. And I mean, I know we've gone on about...
It's probably one of the best movies I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
I'm talking years.
Yeah.
This was a fantastic movie. For me. I think because it is personal.
Yeah.
So it makes it, that much more.
Yeah.
More better, So anyway. So I'm glad you watched it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I finally got to see it.
For it.
Yeah, I know, and I'm glad I finally got to see it because it hurt.
Oh yeah, I know.
So that I started catching up on Doom Patrol.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I've watched a couple episodes, but I'm not completely.
I'm on episode. I just finished episode 4.
Okay.
The one where Dorothy, she's with Danny, and they're attacked.
That was pretty good.
It was a very good episode.
I thought I liked that episode.
Yeah, so did I. So I'm intrigued to see where this all goes.
Yeah, I just want to see. It's weird. I want to see more of what's his name? What's his name?
I don't know which one.
Guy that has the alien side of him.
Oh, Matt Bomer.
Matt Bomer. Yeah. Because he's actually my favorite character on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Cliff.
Yeah.
But Cliff's Cliff.
Yeah.
And he's always going to be Cliff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
There's an evolution to Bomer's character.
Right.
That I like.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me.
Right.
So I want more of that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think, it's good. It's what I expected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's
I like the fact that what's her name's in it from Who.
Yeah.
Because I like her. I think she's a phenomenal actress.
Right. Yeah.
And then what's his name from Supernatural?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's a good actor.
He is. He's very good.
Yeah.
I've seen him do a lot of he's like the king of the nerds. He has been in damn near everything.
Yeah, and he's good though.
Yeah.
So it's always good to see him come about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean they're throwing in some trump cards in there,
Yeah.
So I like it a lot. So yeah, watch that. I watched the new Weird Al film.
Oh, the one with the kid from Harry Potter.
Daniel Radcliffe, yeah.
Yeah.
It started off really, really, really good.
And it got really fucking weird.
Yeah, it just went down a hole that I couldn't follow.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching it. I mean, I know it's a comedy. I mean, it's not autobiographical.
Right.
So it just got kind of weird at some points. I was like, well, that's...
Yeah.
But he did a good job as Weird Al.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. I finished The Rig.
Yeah, that was that Scottish show.
Yeah, I finished that. That ended well.
Did it?
Well, for me it did.
Yeah.
And I started 1923.
Yeah.
And I'm all caught up there.
Okay.
It's excellent.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
I think I like it better than 1833 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I like that show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They did.
Well, I mean, this has Harrison Ford in it.
Yeah.
You know, which automatically makes it.
Yeah.
You know, Helen Mirren's in it.
I know.
You know.
Yeah. To me, it's. Well, you know, in the older one, you know, the origin of the Duttons.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I really got into. Was that Clint Black?
Yeah.
Right? I liked that character. I mean, like, man, he was badass.
Yeah.
And like, I had no idea they can act that well.
Right.
Well, I know these two can act that well.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm not really surprised by that.
Right.
But I'm in love with this time period.
Right.
You know, you have horses and Model Ts on the.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
There's things amok. There's ranchers. There's
Yeah.
True cowboys here.
It's an interesting period of time where we're transitioning to more technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like it. Hey, it's really good. It's bloody.
Yeah.
It's gritty. It's not, it's good to see Harrison Ford back on a horse again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of cool.
Right.
You know? And Harrison Ford's like a character that, he's not bad, but he's not good either.
Yeah.
He's hard ass, So, and he plays that part well.
Right.
So, I love it. And it's also narrated by the chick from the one I liked.
Yeah.
Parts of it are narrated by her, which it makes it even better.
Right.
So, plus the most outstanding thing that I love, which I know is going to end, but, one of the boys fought in World War One.
Yeah.
Which you never hear anything about.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And he got mind fucked when he was there.
Yeah.
PTSD or,
Yeah.
whatever. And now he's fucking hunting lions in Africa.
Yeah.
Which I think is like,
oh, yeah.
oh, man, I'm like fucking right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 1920s Africa.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been around the time of like
British,
The Ghost in the Darkness.
Yeah, the British.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like, it's all like uppity and like elaborate camp setups. And,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the British at that time. It's like, we're going on safari. You know what I mean? Like, and he's just like some roughneck that fucking.
Yeah.
You got lion problems? I'm your guy.
Yeah.
And so I love that. I mean, I'm like, fuck, I'm in.
Right.
So, I mean, that's going to end, of course. But, yeah, and there's like, and I think there's some connection to Yellowstone. Like, Yellowstone. What I'm saying is like, what I meant to say with there's connections to Yellowstone that I don't understand.
Right.
Because I haven't watched Yellowstone.
Right.
And I won't watch Yellowstone until I get through all these decades.
Okay.
I just will not. I can't. I cannot start from the future and go backwards. I have to go from future to present. I'll wait years to watch Yellowstone. But what I'm saying...
So eventually you will watch it, though.
Once I get through these periods.
Okay, because I've always found it odd that you're into like the prequel of this, but like you had no interest in like...
Because I like the
the period piece. Yeah, yes. I understand that, but still it's like this odd thing of like...
Yeah, I mean, like, I love the way they capture the period.
Right.
And, like, especially with the 20s, when they go into town, there's speakeasies. It's,
right.
Yeah. Like, people doing, ragtime shit. And fucking,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bozeman, Montana.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
It's similar to fucking, where...
Harlem Nights.
No. Sort of. But it's, yes. But it's similar to... That's not what I was going for.
Yeah.
I was like, other end of the spectrum. Like, sort of like... River runs through it, maybe.
Okay, yeah. I see what you're saying there. Yeah.
You understand where I'm at? Like,
yeah.
The bar, that kind of thing. That's probably after that. But anyway, the speakeasies were cold. 2 knocks, you're in the door.
Yeah.
These cowboys are going into a speak. They have no idea,
Yeah.
And there's these people,
yeah,
doing this shit, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Because it's complete culture clash, right? But they have to go to town to handle their business, ranching business,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all into it.
Yeah.
All into it. So, and it just sucks because it's a weekly episodic thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And Helen Mirren is so good.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not going to give too much away. I mean, you see this in the previews, but you don't see this, but the rest of what I talked about, you see.
Right.
And the amount of blood at one point was insanity.
Yeah.
In a kitchen.
Yeah.
Trying to... I couldn't even imagine, like, trying to sop up blood with buckets and cloths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's nothing sanitary about that.
Nah, but I mean, you did what you had
Yeah.
to do. But what I'm saying is, like, blood dripping off the table. I mean, there's just blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
But, like, it's graphic. And I think that's why I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the grittiness of it,
Right.
And it's not like a puff series.
Right.
Like, it shows the hardships.
Right.
When they're cold, you feel cold.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, it's good. Now, like I said, I did like the original one, but this one I'm really digging.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I watched a couple other terrible movies that I can't even... It was like, watch this next. I'm like... And I can't even remember the names of them.
Yeah.
There's just...
Yeah.
The sad space movie where you're like...
Yeah.
Could have been so much better.
Yeah.
You invested all this money, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Because anything you do in space, you're investing a lot of money.
Yeah.
If you do anything that's in space, then you're looking out into space or in space itself.
Right.
You're investing some money.
Yeah.
And it wasn't good. I'm trying to think what else. Started The Last of Us.
I watched that first episode, yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that plane coming down. That's what I take away from it. I was like, holy fuck. But a lot of it was just like the video game.
I never played the video game.
Right.
But
even getting in the car and the driving thing,
yeah,
was video game-ish, but not.
Right. There were aspects of it where I was like, I bet this was in the game.
Yes.
Or
and it was.
This scene feels like something out of a... Like, you could pick out things that, like when they were, like, leaving the town and, like, stopping for the light and everything. Like, I could see that in a video game.
Yeah.
So there was, like, aspects of it, like, just as a former gamer, I was like, oh, that's very video game-ish.
Yeah. But I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I did. I thought it was pretty good.
It hooked me in that first 10 minutes. Like that, whatever that talk show was supposed to be from like the 60s or the 70s.
Anna said that was very similar to, she referenced it, to Dick Cavett.
Yeah.
Because, like, Dick Cavett used to be in front of a huge audience.
Right, yeah.
All this crap. And then they cut his budget. They cut Dick Cavett's budget. So, really, all they had were, like, 2 chairs and a little coffee table. And there was, like, a little bit of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of what Anna described of...
But, like, it was, like... it felt like it felt to me like something out of Watchmen.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it and like when the second the scientist is describing, like, you know, if a fungus needed to evolve because the temperature of the planet rose just 1 degree, now all of a sudden, you know, I was like, oh shit, that's science.
Yeah. But you know what hooks me into those shows too is like, especially pandemic style movies, is it's always that first half hour.
Yeah.
Of pure chaos that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like, shit's just going south.
Yeah, and shit went south in a hurry, fast.
Yes.
With this, like this is not
but
like.
It makes sense. Like, it would go that fast. I mean, if something happened today, right?
Right.
Shit would go down. I could see it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But it was just, I don't know, man. It was crazy. But like movies like that get me, like 2012. I know.
Yeah.
Or Dawn of the Dead, the reboot.
Yeah.
Remember how that started?
Oh yeah.
Black Summer, like all of the films. It just went. It's nuts, right?
Yeah.
You know, I love those first moments of chaos. And if a movie takes me half hour, 40 minutes in that chaos, it's even better.
Yeah.
And like Black Summer is the whole fucking thing.
Right.
Shows like that, it seems. But that's why I like it so much.
Right.
But I just love that initial.
Even like the first season of The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah. Where it's new.
Yeah. But like, and that's the thing. Like, it was like the funny thing. Like, Fear the Walking Dead was supposed to show us that, and it kind of
never did.
It never did. But like, those flashback scenes, like the first season of The Walking Dead, to like, you know, when Shane left Rick in the hospital room, and like, you know, the flashbacks to like when they set up the camp outside of Atlanta and stuff like that. That was good stuff. Like, that's the stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, there's initial things.
Yeah.
I just love that.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Yeah.
You know, the outbreak and, you know, all this. And it doesn't matter. It's just initial 20, 30 minutes where it's like, oh, fuck, that's badass.
Yeah.
I love it. I love apocalyptic movies, period.
Yeah.
It's like my thing.
I get it.
I'll watch anything.
Yeah.
It all started with, I think the fascination of the apocalyptic style movie came from, oh my God, what, Day After Tomorrow, not Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
With
the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Day After Tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. With Jason Robards.
Yeah. The one where, I mean, the woman's giving birth, has to cut the cord herself and everything. Like, oh, that shit fucked me up.
Yeah, but I mean,
like you want to talk about like where Gen X got their like doomsday mentality.
Right.
Those were the movies they were fucking making and showing us.
I know. I love that fucking movie.
Yeah.
And like, I just remember him being out in all dust and it's just, yeah. And ever since then, I just love those style of movies.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, I like horror movies, you know what I mean? But that's another movie that probably started it for me.
Yeah.
As a kid, and I was like, oh, I got to see more of this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a doomsday prepper or anything.
No, but like, you know.
I understand it.
You know, Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max. But I mean, I like what they're doing, those doomsday preppers. Yeah. I just don't do it.
No, neither do I.
If I had some land and funding, I might do this a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll buy a couple of extra bags of rice.
Yeah.
A couple of nitrogen. No, but
let me build a bunker in my backyard.
Yeah, get it. But I understand. Like I get it. I just don't have enough knowledge,
right,
to do that sort of thing.
Right.
But I understand it.
Right. Like, I don't look at doomsday preppers and say like, "Oh, yeah, they're fucking nuts."
No, not at all.
I look at them and go, "Yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna survive
yeah,
for a little while.
yeah."
Yeah,
Some of them for quite some time.
yeah.
You know.
But I find myself critiquing them too. I was like, you got to work on your water sources, brother.
Yeah,
You got to get some better ventilation in this system. I mean, this fucking shit's gonna come in. You know.
Yeah.
Sitting there, armchair quarterbacking.
Yeah.
No, really. I'm like, you got to work on this.
Yeah.
You got to have storage here. Start fucking putting water in the 2 liters, brother.
Yeah.
You got to get some water up in here. So, but like I said,
tap the aquifer.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like I understand what they're doing. I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm on board. I'm all.
Yeah.
But I just can't do it myself. So.
Yeah, I have either the land or the funding to be able to
Do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like these people that buy this shit. They'll buy acres in Canada.
Yeah.
And they have their spot.
Yeah.
And they have routes to get there that no one can follow them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And,
I mean, there's...
and they have plans to disappear.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I mean, they...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Armed stockpiles.
Yeah.
I understand.
No, I
mean,
too.
if you had the funds and you had the means and you felt, maybe that's the problem. Is like I don't feel like the world will get there in my lifetime. But if it did, I mean, they have the means just to go off grid, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't come across.
No. And the thing is, like, after watching those first 10 minutes of The Last of Us, I was thinking to myself, what should I be doing to prepare for this?
Right. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I think it's going to be a collapse of government.
Right.
But that's going to eventually take it.
Right. But it was like, I mean, I remember, like, for Y2K, like, my parents did that. Like, they were stocking up on water, and they had a pantry of, like, canned goods and stuff. And I was like I think Y2K is going to be a problem.
Not to that level.
No. Like, and, it was like that thing of, like, I was literally watching the ball drop January or December 29th, 1999, just to see if shit went haywire.
Yeah.
Like, like, that's what I was waiting. Like, I was just waiting for, like, 3, 2, 1, click.
Yeah.
And everything goes out.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. But, which, in a certain sense, it is kind of believable.
Yeah.
Because some of our systems are so archaic that, they haven't been updated in years.
Well, some of our systems are archaic for a reason, though.
Yeah, but the latest thing with the airplanes,
yeah,
that's a system that is backed up by a system that can't even read that system.
Right. No, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? And
right.
We're talking airplanes here.
Yeah.
I mean, you lose that capability in flying blind.
Yeah.
I don't want all those airplanes flying blind.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, but I mean, like, it's like, our nuclear weapons system is, on an 8-inch floppy disk.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Yeah, yeah. No,
that can't be hacked.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's like there's some things. It's like you look at it, you go, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!" Like, they use 8-inch floppy disks, but when you think about it, like, "Oh shit, that really makes sense. That can't be hacked."
Yeah, yeah.
But there's another party that's like, "Really?"
Well, that's how I feel about this airline thing.
Yeah, I get that.
Because it's like,
Yeah.
It made me nervous.
The end of the line is a Commodore 64.
But it made me nervous.
Yeah.
It did.
Oh, yeah.
It made me really nervous. Because there's other countries, of course, that have like really high-tech systems and they've invested in their aviation and stuff like that. The United States is not.
Right.
And so...
Yeah, I mean,
I did just read a report on this.
when the fate of the world comes out, like, how do you remember how to operate a VIC-20?
Yeah.
That's,
But
shit.
it's like their backup system doesn't communicate with their regular system.
Right.
And that's a problem.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then their regular system is just so old. I just, it's hard for me to wrap my head around, especially when the military systems are off the hook good.
Yeah.
But,
No, I agree.
Me going to New York is sketch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just very odd to me.
Yeah,
it sounds very hackable.
Yeah, my trip to Disney's in the hands of a Radio Shack, portable computer system.
It's nuts to me.
Yeah,
and they can get money every year from the government.
Yeah,
it's set aside for, and what they do with that money that's the question. Where does it go, or does it go back in, or
Yeah, that part of it. I mean, it's all falls on the FAA and.
Oh yeah, I mean, above my pay grade. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
it's all very interesting. I mean, we get the infrastructure of the United States is crumbling, and it's the problem is it's the least sexy issue. Like nobody wants to talk about it because no one wants to talk about hey, filling potholes. Well, that's like a local government. Well, guess what? A bridge fell apart last year.
Yeah.
The infrastructure of the United States is failing. This needs to be fixed.
Yeah, and it's funny.
All over the country. And then you throw on top of that how piss poor the internet of the United States is compared to other countries.
Yeah.
Internet access in this country is ridiculously slow.
Yeah.
Compared to other countries. But nobody wants to talk about that. Even when they pass the bill for it, Biden had that bill passed for billions of dollars to be put in the infrastructure, but they had to attach so much other bullshit to it to get it to pass because nobody campaigns on that. You know what I mean? That's I don't know why, but it's the least sexy thing. Let's fix the infrastructure of the United States. Let's fix our railways. Let's fix our highways. Let's fix our internet. Let's fix all this stuff that's important to this country functioning.
Right.
But nobody wants to talk about it or do it. I'm trying to get political there, folks, but
they're too worried about picking sides.
Yeah.
But the thing is that's the thing. Is they lasted good for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But now they're starting to fail, or have been failing for years. Yeah. But they just won't do anything.
I mean, the American highway system was created in the 50s.
Yeah.
Don't you think at this point it needs replaced?
Yeah. I agree with you.
You know what I mean? I'm not talking about the never-ending construction on Route 28. I'm talking about maybe, just maybe, goods and services will be able to flow much more easily, and the price of stuff will come down if we fix the infrastructure of the United States so things can flow more easily from coast to coast.
Yeah. Pipe dream.
Yeah, it is.
And it gives you a good look at the president that did do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who put people to work.
Yeah.
Who built America's infrastructure.
Yeah.
Says something.
Well, yeah, you're looking at that point, you're looking at...
That was Roosevelt.
Roosevelt, Truman, and Eisenhower.
Yeah.
The New Deal started that.
Yeah.
Truman, it wasn't until the 50s, like I said, when the American freeway system was created, when, the automobile became the thing to have at that point.
Yeah.
And the American public was willing to travel.
Yeah.
They wanted to travel.
Yeah.
So now, here comes Eisenhower, and the U.S. freeway system's created.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm sure some historical person will be like, you don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about, asshole. Go back to talking about Kevin Smith.
Right. But what I'm saying is in those presidents' terms,
Yeah.
they got shit done.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some shit done.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I said, it's not sexy because the only side is the right side.
Yeah.
Fix it. You know?
And that's, it's funny, they always step on their own foot. It's like they complain about, recently it was, and I'm not getting real political and I'll end it here, but they were complaining about, we can't repay our debts.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
And then, but we just sent a shit ton of money to the Ukraine.
Yeah. Right.
And who else sent money to the Ukraine?
Yeah.
What's in it for us? Why did we...
Right.
You know what I mean? Why are we always jacking over money?
Yeah.
It's time for us to pull back a little bit. In my opinion.
Right.
We're always shoving money to some fucking country.
America first!
Volcano erupts and, here's $500 million.
Yeah. Whoa.
Well, that's why we have the United Nations, and they should be pitching in.
Yeah.
Too. Let's come up with a group sum. Not just America going,
Yeah.
what are we getting out of this?
We write a lot of checks our bodies can't cash.
That's the thing. It's it's time to pull that back.
You're right.
But I am in that feeling that, yes, America first.
Yeah.
We have to fix our infrastructure. We have to fix our internet. We have to fix flight. Communications.
Yeah.
We have to get kids shoes and schooling and clean up our streets. And
Right.
There's things we got to do internally.
Right.
Let's do that first.
Right. I agree.
Before we start trying to fix everybody else.
Right.
Because, there's kids that don't even have shoes for fucking school. But, we're gonna send $350 million to, I'm making this up, the Congo or wherever.
Right.
So we can put clothes and stuff on these kids. Well, we got kids to take care of.
Right. I get your
Look at our adoption system. Look how bad our social system is.
Yeah.
Things need corrected. There's too much corruption. All
Right.
I'm done.
Wow. Went from doomsday to...
His doomsday.
Yeah.
Bring these companies back in.
Yeah. Well...
And I was thinking, and this is it.
Okay.
And I wanted your opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
So if we did get people like Goodyear and Apple and stuff like that coming back into the United States to pay people, Americans, to work in these companies, do you think the Americans would go back to work?
I think the honest answer is no.
That's what I'm thinking too. I know what you're saying. I know. I was talking about. I'm always hearing this, and it's got to get Americans back to work. There's jobs now, and people aren't working.
Right.
I know Amazon's cutting and stuff like that, but there are jobs out there. Pennsylvania just unleashed. What is it like? Did you hear about that new Pennsylvania thing that they just did?
No.
So now in the state of Pennsylvania, jobs that were once required that you have a 4-year degree from college,
Right.
you don't have to have a 4-year degree anymore.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying upper level,
Right.
but training and stuff like that, experience, they'll take you.
Yeah.
But that opened up almost 58,000 jobs across Pennsylvania.
Right.
That you don't have to have a degree for anymore to try to get in.
Right.
And work for the state,
Right.
We'll see how many of those get filled. I'm just curious.
Right. I get what you're saying.
That's huge. That's progress.
Right.
I think it is. Anyway,
No, I agree.
that's the stuff you need to do.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of kids that only want 2 years of college. They don't want you know what I'm saying? They don't want any college.
Right.
But I mean, like, they want to go to work, but those jobs aren't there anymore. The mills aren't there.
Right.
They're never coming back.
Right.
They're not.
Yeah.
So what do we do to supplement that? Well, let's try to do this and,
right.
work for the state.
Yeah.
There's jobs there, I don't know. So it opened up a lot.
Well, what's interesting also as well, and I was reading an article, like they were talking about like Amazon and all these like companies in the Silicon Valley that are cutting jobs, like 10% of their workforce, which is like 5,000 jobs or something. Which it sounds like a lot, and it is, but like millennials and Gen Z were flabbergasted that they were being laid off. They had no idea what they were going to do with themselves.
Yeah.
Gen X and Boomers were taking it in stride and already looking for what their next job was going to be.
Yeah.
And I hate saying this, it's an older generation compared to a younger generation, but there's a level of cynicism that we have towards any employer.
Yeah.
At this point, that like, oh yeah, you're laying me off. Color me shocked.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna find something else. Where like millennials and Gen Z thought they found a job for life.
Right.
And they're flabbergasted and they don't know what to do with themselves. They don't like I did everything right. I went to school. I did this. I got a good job, and now you're laying me off. How can you do this?
Yeah.
And like, but the older generation's just like shocking.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting like take of like how we view it, like our level of cynicism at corporate America, like I know that there's no loyalty towards me, where these younger generations think there is.
Yeah.
Like, Amazon loves me.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
You are a replaceable cog in the machine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you didn't realize that until now.
You're a number.
Yeah.
You're number 42625.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
But that's not how they viewed it.
Yeah.
Like, they viewed it as a lifestyle. We viewed it as just a job.
Right.
They were living the Amazon lifestyle. We were just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a job. You're paying me well, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's interesting, like that view of, and I lately I've been talking about Gen X a lot because I'm 50 now and it's kind of sinking in a little bit more. But like, it is interesting to like think about how we view, like, we've always been looked at, like, first off, Gen X is overlooked. Yeah. Completely overlooked. It's like boomers to millennials.
Yeah.
And, like, we're in the middle of it all going, like, we got skipped.
Yeah.
But it's like, the way we, like, view everything, like, it's just this, we have, like, such a cynical, like, yeah, I still don't trust anybody.
Yeah, right.
And it goes back to like doomsday. Like, you and I lived under the cloud of doomsday on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We were the last generation that did duck and cover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know today, like, you talk about like the shooter drills, and that's awful. That's horrible. But like, we were literally hiding under our desk, preparing for nuclear war.
Yeah, that's something I could never understand.
Yeah.
I just, every time I see it, like in movies or TV, it just flabbergasts me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, what is that gonna do?
Oh, absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, the most realistic thing that I saw, coming from a terrible movie, was when Harrison Ford went inside the lead refrigerator.
Yeah.
That completely made sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you're going to survive that. I mean,
Right.
for a little while.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, this hole under the desk and shit.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
nuclear blast hits.
Yeah.
You're fucking...
Desk ain't doing shit.
You're toast.
Yeah. So, I mean, but that's what I lived under the cloud of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, they like, it was like, for extra credit, watch this movie the day after tomorrow and write a report on it. And my report was like, fuck!
Yeah.
We are fucked!
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's shit like that. Like, you know... So, like, when you talk about Gen X's mentality of, like, yeah, okay, we're moving on, that's why.
Yeah.
Because, like, we lived under that, like, the Cold War cloud.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, it's a very interesting look into the psychology of a generation where we're like, we put our nose down, we work our asses off, we show up for 40 hours a week, and we understand the gig, you know.
Red Dawn is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. I was like, Dad, can you teach me how to hunt? You know, can I watch Red Dawn?
Watching the skies for paratroopers.
Yeah. I'm down at Dead Man's Hollow. Wolverines!
Right, yeah. And you swear it was gonna happen.
Oh, yeah. That was the most realistic fucking thing I'd ever seen.
I know. Isn't that terrible?
It is.
But that's exactly what we grew up in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
anyway.
All right, well, let's move on.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's move on.
That's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on CNN. Wolf Blitzer.
Wow.
No, but guess where I went today?
Where'd you go today?
I went to the mall.
Which one?
South Hills Village.
Okay.
All it needed was an arcade.
Yeah.
And I'd have been good.
But,
so anyway, went to the mall.
Yeah.
And took the girls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was kind of surreal. Hold on 1 second. So anyway, went to the mall.
Poor child of summer.
Yeah. But so went to the mall.
Yeah.
And Ellie wanted to build a bear. Now, for Christmas, they asked her papa for, like, gift cards to build a bear.
Yeah.
So they can all do it as the three.
Yeah.
I know twins are too old for Build-A-Bear, but
Yeah.
it's something to do with their sister.
Well.
Ellie's kind of too old for it, too, but it's fun.
Well, honestly, I mean, you know, if you're going to get me the 10th Doctor Build-A-Bear, I'm all for that.
Exactly. So they went in there, and I'm not into that. I don't like Build-A-Bear. I'm not.
Yeah.
I find it disturbing. I find it just a pink ribbon and glitter on the story of Frankenstein. I just no, I'm serious. It's
Fake ribbon and glitter on the story of Frankenstein?
yeah. You go into this fucking place, and there's like all these bins with a bunch of bear skins in there. All they are the skins, like
at the machine, like with like the
stuffing.
the stuffing.
And they
like,
put the heart in.
yeah. Oh.
I think it's awful. Frankenstein's actually one of my favorite stories, but not in this scenario. I just find it
tremendous.
I do. I find it disturbing.
Okay.
I do.
I get it.
I don't like seeing all the dead skins.
Yeah.
Like they're not alive. They're and you're reanimating them and you're giving them life. It's very strange.
Yeah.
It is a very strange thing. I think it's one of the most disturbing things for children
Yeah.
I've ever seen. Literally, they sit there and stuff them. They put the heart in there.
Yeah.
They physically sew them up. And then you got to give them an imaginary bath, and you got to give them a birth certificate. It's this whole process.
Yeah.
So I don't like to see them get stuffed. I don't like seeing all the dead skins and the.
Yeah.
It's weird. I just find it very odd.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they did their thing, and we started walking around. So we went to like PacSun. We went to all these different van store. They have a van store.
Yeah.
And you're at a nice mall when they have like a Hollister. I mean, like South Hills Village. It's a nice fucking mall, and it has stayed good. I mean, like most of their stores are rented, and there's lunch boxes in there. There's a lot of cool stores in there that are really cool. And so anyway, I got the Hot Topics in there, of course, but the gem of the whole trip. And then I took them to Half Price Books, where I got the Dragons of Pern for Elliot and Watership Down, and she got her own books and all that stuff. But the real magic of the trip is get out of Hot Topic, and there was an empty. Hot Topic, you've been there, right?
It's been years since I've been there.
So Hot Topic is pretty much right in the food court.
Right.
It's like the perfect spot.
Yeah.
So we get out of Hot Topic, and we're sitting down at a table and just deciding our next move on whether we were going to eat or we were going to Red Robin.
Right.
There's the noodle company is there.
Yeah.
And we were having burgers tonight, so against Red Robin. We're just going to get mall food.
Yeah.
So two of them wanted noodles, and I look over my shoulder. I could smell it, and I just started salivating.
Cheesesteak Charlie.
It was there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
So, I got myself a nice fucking cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Yeah, they burned the onions for me.
Oh,
and
glorious.
Glorious. So fucking good.
Yeah.
The fries are no good. Well, that's classic.
Yeah.
I never got my fries from there anyway, usually.
Yeah.
But
you get a cheesesteak Charlie, get your cheesesteak, and you go over the potato patch and get your fries.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have a potato patch, but they did have a flamers.
Okay. Yeah.
And they sell crinkle cut fries.
Okay. Yeah.
But I didn't do that today because I just
just one
time period. Yeah, I just got it done. But that glorious cheesesteak. And I almost got the chicken cheesesteak because that's just as good.
Yeah, it is, yes.
That chicken cheesesteak is
very good.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like the crown jewel.
Yeah.
I was like, now I just want to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Yeah. My second guess would have been an Arthur's Treasures.
What?
Arthur Treasures. Like the fish place.
Oh, they don't have one of those, I don't think there.
No. There's one in Monroeville Mall.
Is there?
Yeah.
No, I will not eat fried fish.
I know. That was my second guess. That was, Arthur Treasure is the second guess.
Yeah, Long John's is pretty much a laxative for me right now. No, really. It's like...
Well, I hate to be the guy who's like, I mean, that sounds phenomenal, and I'm a little bit jealous because, like, I do enjoy a good cheesesteak Charlie. But I had brisket poutine from Big Rigs today.
Oh, good for you.
Oh. That was so fucking good.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, and the best part is, so like they on Twitter they were showing that, this was like their special of the day, brisket poutine, and I'm like, so I texted Nancy and I'm like, dinner? And she's like, hell yeah. So I go up there and I walk in and there's the owner. And he just kind of smiles. He gives me the old point and says, 2 poutines? I'm like, you're damn right, sir.
Yeah.
Got it, made it up for him. Oh, it's fucking glorious.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love that place. I love Big Rigs.
I know. It's good food.
Good food. Good people. Good food.
But anyway.
But yeah, so I mean.
Yeah, so, yeah. Bree got a chicken, and I got a steak, and the 2 other ones got noodles.
they have a noodle company there? Yeah. Out that way? I gotta go, because they used to have one in Monroeville and they shut it down.
Yeah, the fucking bowls are amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get mac and cheese. You can get whatever you want.
Well, I mean, like, I would get, like, a fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. Mm-hmm. That was divine. And Nancy used to love, they did a pad thai that she loved.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, it was a sad day when they shut down the one in Monroeville.
Yeah, there's one inside the mall.
Oh.
In the food court.
We may have to make...
It's crazy, right?
We may have to make a field trip.
I love that food court because it's like... it's like I'm going back into the past, but...
Yeah.
There's, like... Monroeville's food court's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird.
Well, it's because it used to be the skating rink.
Yeah, I know, but... what you can get in the food court these days is a lot different. I don't know unless it's changed. It's been a while since I've been to Monroeville. But South Hills, there's a noodle company.
Yeah.
And which is walk up.
Yeah.
Like a normal food court, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then Red Robin's on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Which is dine in.
Right.
And then you have like Flamers, you have a Japanese place, sort of like, you get the shitty, buffet style thing. Not buffet, but they put it on a plate. And then you have Charlie's Cheesesteaks. And on the other side, you have sushi. There's a pizza place and with pastas and ice cream.
Yeah. And
something else. There's two other things there.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different, Yeah. But, and Flamers must be a Simon Mall thing.
It must be, yeah.
Because they had, when they opened the Flamers at Monroeville after they... Because that's been there since the rink went down.
Yeah.
People said that it was Papa Go-Go.
Yeah.
Just with the new name.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Flamers has those crinkle cut fries that are just...
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, their burgers are good, too. What is that? Their crinkle cut fries are just...
Yeah.
And Brie and I had this conversation today. I was like, I like the fries here, but they're just okay.
Yeah.
But what I really want is those crinkle cuts from Flamers.
Yeah.
Because they're so fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are. And the thing is like, I don't mind a baked fry. Right. Or a baked tot.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. But there's something about fries that are cooked in fucking horrible grease, oil.
Oh, yeah.
That just are absolutely perfect.
I agree 100%.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know either.
Like, I don't mind a red of fries at home, and I like, especially tater tots. I love tater tots.
Yeah.
But that crinkle cut fry cooked in shit grease.
Yeah.
There is just something. There's
something to it. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah. That's why I always get, like, when Arby's came out with their crinkle fries, I was like, thank you. Yeah. Because I don't even like curly fries.
See, I do like a good curly fry.
But I get the crinkle cut fries
I'm sure.
now.
Yeah.
Because, I like curly fries, but, like, I can take them or leave them.
Right.
But the crinkle cuts, cooked in the grease, that's what I'm talking about.
Like, I love a good curly fry. I love a good crinkle cut fry. I like a good steak fry now and again. The only fry, and don't even start, the tot is, the king in my opinion. Yeah. But, like, the one I can't, like, I can't condone, and, like, people look at me like I'm weird, the waffle fry.
Yeah, I don't like waffle fries.
I don't get it. It's not my thing. Like, and it's just one more strike against Chick-fil-A. Like, I can't condone, like, I don't like Chick-fil-A sandwiches because, they're soaked in pickle juice. Yeah. That's no good. Right off the bat, and then you throw in that shitty ass, waffle fry. I'm done. There's nothing here for me.
Yeah. Right.
I don't care how good your service is. Your line is like the way you manage a line is it should be taught to like TSA people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your food's atrocious.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I'm in the minority of that There are people out there who will tell you that hate tastes good, but I just can't. It's just not good food to me.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the waffle fry. I don't know why. Maybe because I can't eat multiple. Like when I eat fries.
Yeah, you want to get a little handful, and you just gotta get one. And like too much potato in there, like I don't know, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. I'm sorry,
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of steak fries. I don't like steak fries.
I'm okay with a steak fry now and again. Not my top choice, but I mean, if you get a nice crispiness on the outside, I'm good with it.
Yeah, not me. I like the crinkle's number one for me.
Yeah,
it is. I love a fucking crinkle fry. And number two would probably be, to be quite honest with you, is now I like potato patch fries. I do.
Yeah,
I quite enjoy them when they're fresh.
Yeah,
like when I'm getting them there.
Right.
But I enjoy a freaking like generic black and white bag fry.
Yeah.
Fried in oil.
Yeah.
And then just hooked up. Like you would get it like a ice cream shop or
right. Or shoestring fries I'm good with too.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah.
But like an ice cream shop or,
But Eden Park fries.
Hot dog place.
Yeah.
Or the cheap fries.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah. Black and white bag just says French fry on it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And fry that in oil?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Ketchup, I'm a happy man.
Yeah.
And the thing is like...
And properly salted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't over salt it. It's got to be just the right amount of salt.
Right when they come out of the grease, you got to salt.
Exactly. Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
And so, what I don't like are those fries that are like extra crispy, or you can see the fry and it has like extra batter on it or something.
See, I do like those.
I don't. I think they taste horrible. It make me sick.
But here's the thing. Here's where they taste good.
Taste.
It tastes good in an air fryer.
Okay.
I used to buy those, or like the Orida extra crispy fries, and I'd pop them in an air fryer, 375 for 15 minutes.
Good.
Tasted good. Dip it in ketchup. Had a nice crispness to it. I
haven't mastered the air fryer yet. Isn't that weird? I asked for help on that one.
Really? Yeah,
because I feel like... I don't know why. I just feel really old when I use it.
Yeah.
I'm not that... It's not that I'm against it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But...
I had to master it quick, especially when I came home for work, because we don't have a microwave. Which I know people are going to be like, I don't have a microwave. Nancy's anti-microwave. So... Yeah, we don't have a microwave. Think about it. All the shit we've got, no microwave.
I mean, why can't you just have a microwave for you?
Well, I'm not going to fight her on it. I don't care. But, it became that thing, though, of, okay, I'm home from work, and I need to... So I had to master, okay, these chicken tenders, how long do I have to put them in the air fryer for? These French fries, how long, can I cook these at the same time in the air fryer?
Yeah.
So I kind of had to figure it out kind of quick, because that was it was a way for me to make food. What I can do is I can come downstairs from work, pop that in the air fryer, it cooks for 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be observed.
Yeah.
I can't throw cheeseburgers on and walk away from them for 15 minutes while I go back to work.
Yeah.
So and they're done when I come downstairs. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So, but with the air fryer, I can. So I could pop that shit in the air fryer. It cooks for 15 minutes. I go back upstairs. By the time I'm done, I'm ready to go to dinner. My food's done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what it kind of forced me to figure that shit out fast.
Yeah.
So. That's me. I'm just a different breed of cat. Yeah. So one last quick thing before we dip our toe in the mailbag.
Okay.
It's official. they are going to make a new Tron movie.
Oh, yeah?
And Jared Leto is attached.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And the internet is very upset about that. And I don't get this. I do not get the Jared Leto hate.
I don't know.
Like,
I'm not a fan of the band. But I like his acting.
I can separate my enjoyment of 30 Seconds to Mars from his acting.
Yeah.
You know. And I know I'm in the minority and you're in the minority. We liked his version of the Joker.
Yeah.
Morbius, not a good movie.
I thought he was good.
I thought he was very good in it.
Yeah.
I think he's a very good actor. I look back over his career, a lot of the stuff that he's done, and I could say like he's a good, you know, he the fucker won an Academy Award.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the guy can act.
Right.
I don't think, like, in nerddom, and he's apparently, here's the funny thing, like, of all the things, apparently he is one of us.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things Jared Leto is. I think he thinks he's a god, but, you know, or a prophet or something. I'm not quite sure. The guy's he's weird, but like
wackadoo.
He's a wackadoo, but at the same time, at one point, you know, he auditioned to be Green Lantern.
Yeah.
You know, I think he also auditioned for Superman.
Okay.
You know, he's in the comic book movies.
Yeah.
Like, he's done these from a place of love.
Yeah.
Oddly.
Yeah.
And I think, like, Tron is another thing. Like, I think he likes the franchise.
Mm.
And so it's this thing of, like, I want to do this because I enjoy it. I want to be a part of this. And people were just shitting on, like, they were like, in Twitter, it was like, so excited they announced the new Tron movie. Oh, it's going to star Jared Leto.
Yeah, but why?
Like, I don't get that. Like, I hope he knocks this out of the park.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's going to be tough. Tron Legacy is a phenomenal movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's very underrated. I think people should go back and give it another look. Maybe look past the special effects with Clue as the younger Bridges. You know, I get that, but I think the story that it told was a really good story, and I was bummed out that didn't get to continue. And I'm hoping they touch on that a bit in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, but it excites me that, like, somebody who wants this to happen is making it happen.
Yeah.
He's been attached to this for a long time and hasn't walked away from it. Much like Dwayne Johnson with Black Adam.
Yeah.
Like, Dwayne Johnson was attached to Black Adam for like 10 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's been a long time that they've been talking about making that fucking movie.
Yeah.
And, you know, eventually it got done. And it's okay. It's not bad. I certainly don't blame Dwayne for it. You know.
I saw it too.
Yeah. It's on HBO Max, yeah.
We didn't even talk about Black Adam.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But I'm like, I got excited because I like Tron. I like Jared Leto as an actor. I don't have a problem with him. And I'm bummed out that other people do.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're making a Tron movie.
Yeah, it excites me. I can't wait for it. You know?
Speaking of movies, not to completely change. When's Shazam coming out?
I'd have to look it up, but it's sometime this year.
Yeah, because I saw toys out already.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say maybe March or April.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. Back to Lita. No, I think it'll be fun.
And the one other thing I wanted to touch on, and we'll wrap this show up. We got a mailbag. This year is the 50th anniversary of the Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh my God, I know about this one too.
So, Pink Floyd released on their Twitter like a logo celebrating the 50th anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
And in the logo, in the zero for 50, is the rainbow.
Yeah.
Now, if you know anything, if you're a fan of Pink Floyd, if you even if you've watched fucking Wizard of Oz synced up to Dark Side of the Moon, the one thing you should know is the album cover has a ray of light hitting a prism and coming out as a rainbow on the other side.
Yeah.
That was the cover 50 years ago. So they put out this logo with the rainbow in the 0. And what's the first thing people do? Why has this got to be woke?
That's so stupid.
What does this have to do with the gay community? I'm like, motherfucker, don't you know what the album cover looks like?
I know.
Like, this has nothing to do
with anything.
Yeah,
except a prism of light.
Like you are looking so hard for something to bitch and moan about and show what a horrible person you are.
Right.
That your ignorance to the subject gets exposed.
Right.
So not only have you made yourself out to be a bigot, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. I know. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's dark side.
Yeah. Like, I remember, and this shows my naivete as a young man. When I was 15, I went to New York City. We had a friend who was an eye doctor. His practice was in New York City. And he flew me out to New York, me, Tracy, and my dad. And it was for me to get an eye exam and to get contact lenses. And it just so happened to be Gay Pride weekend. Okay? I had no idea. Tom had no idea. My dad had no idea. We're walking through Central Park and people were giving out stickers with rainbows on them. And I said, oh, cool. Is Pink Floyd in town?
Nice.
Because that's where my mind goes. It's still, when I see a rainbow like that, the first thing I think of is Pink Floyd.
Right.
That's me. You know?
Yeah.
And it's, so, it's so funny that these horrible people who are so horrible that they want to complain about every little fucking thing that bothers their bigoted mind doesn't remember that there's a rainbow on the cover of Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
Shocked me.
It's terrible, right? I just can't even get over the fact that, how do you not know?
Yeah. Let me pull up the picture here. That's not what I'm looking for. Photos. Okay. Like, lose the rainbow. You're making yourself look stupid. What is that? Pink Floyd, what a disgrace. From this moment, I don't listen to this band. Are you going woke with rainbows? Is there a straight flag? I want equal representation. Don't get me wrong, we should be true to who we are. Peace. Like, what?
What? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the 4 people who, like, and this is just like one example. Like, the 4 people who replied to, like, you're horrible people. And more importantly, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Like, not only are you horrible, but you're so dumb you didn't realize what. It just shocked me. Like, and maybe, again, that's my naivete.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't think that way. Of course, I'm sure there's somebody out there who's going to be like, somebody in the LGBTQ community is going to be like, well, why don't you think of us when you see a rainbow? Well, because I think of Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Sorry. You know what I mean? Like, to this day, like, that's what I think of. Like, you know, I see a rainbow flag, I'm like, no, that's not Pink Floyd. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have to remind myself that that's not what that is, you dumbass.
But, I mean, not flag, but it's been around for so long.
50 years.
Yeah, I mean, like, who hasn't seen that fucking cover?
Exactly.
I mean, even if you listen to country music or you weren't even a rock, people still know the Pink Floyd cover album, especially during the exposure during The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I mean, people know that cover.
Yeah.
It's almost like iconic.
It's just like saying, like, have you ever seen the Abbey Road cover?
Right, or it's like the Superman S.
Yeah.
You just know that symbol.
Yeah.
going through.
Yeah, I mean it's that like
You don't even have to be a fan. I mean, that's Pink Floyd.
Yeah,
so weird.
It is. It's fucking mind numbing. Of like, not only are you a bigot, but you're a stupid bigot, which I guess most bigots are. But you know,
horribleness.
Yeah. So.
Anyway.
So let's finish up by dipping our toe in the old mailbag.
Okay.
Mailbag. We do have some information from Superfan Thad. He does. He's upset with Juju Smith-Schuster, and he never liked him. Anyone else watching National Treasure: Edge of History on Disney Plus?
I started it.
This series is really good. I'm waiting for it to finish, and I'm just going to binge watch the whole thing, I think.
Yeah. I started it. I think I'm 3 episodes in. It's pretty good.
It certainly looked interesting.
Yeah.
It had my attention, and I do want to watch it, but it's like one of those things where it's like, I'll just wait till it's done, and then I'll just binge watch the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
He also asked, are we having our 500 show get together, or do we wait till episode 600 now? Actually, I think at this point, I thought about it, and it seems silly to get together after episode 500. So I think I'm just going to put it off, and we'll just get together because the 10-year anniversary is going to be in June. So we'll just do it then. We'll have to get together then. What else does he say? Oh, Thad let us know that he was having a laser blasting of some kidney stones.
Okay.
And he says he feels better now. And then he goes on to, of course, some horrible stuff that I'm just not going to repeat.
Sure.
So, but yeah, so we're glad you're feeling better, Thad.
Yeah.
Glad that worked out for you, and you're not trying to blast a small boulder out of your narrow urethra. And we also got an email from a friend of the show, Luther. He writes that, hey guys, I realize I'm a few weeks late on congratulating on episode 500.
Thanks.
So congrats. Well, thank you very much. That's an awesome milestone. Hell, it's more than that. You should be very proud. We actually are. I mean, it's a testament to mediocrity, in my opinion. But I am actually proud of that we've done it for that long. I was trying to finish up listening to the last of the available episodes before writing in. So with that, I just finished up episode 200 with special guest Henno.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's been a cool ride listening to the back episodes, and I enjoyed those as much as I do the current shows. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know I had to delete a bunch of them because we were getting close to like our how much we were allowed to, like, our memory, 500 hours we were up against it, so I deleted a bunch of episodes. But I kept like episode 200 up, all the ones about Yeti erotica, because they seem to be popular. People listen to it, like it always comes up, like somebody's listened to that all the time. Yeah, I think all the ones like the when we did like the action movies of the 90s, like our top 10 action movies of like the 80s, 90s, and I think I kept those up too. I gotta say, I'm especially fond of the video game. Hold on. What else? Something else he said. Oh yeah, okay. I'm especially fond of the video game and toy/figure episodes. I've written in before and said I'm a bit of a collector. I'm adding some pictures of my new nerd room as I gave up my downstairs rec room to make my daughter a larger bedroom and then took over her old room. He has a Nintendo 64, a Dreamcast, a Saturn, a Genesis, Xbox 360, PS1, PS2, PS4, Xbox One, Wii, Game Gear, Game Boy, a 2600, and an Action Max. That is quite the collection, sir. Says, I had the pleasure of FaceTiming with Henno back in October when Tony and Brian of the Salty Language podcast came to town for my 45th birthday weekend. What cool guys all around. Hope to meet up with you two sometime. I'm only an hour-ish from the Berg. Take care.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Always cool to meet the fans.
Yeah.
Listeners. Heno is a cool guy.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of my favorite... Like, episode 200 is one of my favorite episodes because of him. Like, I know you were in there because I mean, he was able to talk to you about, like, the early days of Metallica and San Francisco and stuff, and I know you were just enthralled with hearing about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, he's just an all-around cool guy, and, like, it was, like, that thing of, like, the fact that he was willing to, like, divert his trip to spend the day with us.
Yeah.
Was kind of special. I I've always appreciated that. And, like, in a funny way, like, one time, a couple years ago, you and I made fun of Shark Island. Well, he chastised us on Twitter for that.
Did he?
Yeah, he's like, you need to go back. And they were like, they would have been the next band if it hadn't been for Guns N' Roses. They were, like, next in line. I went back. I've listened to some Shark Island. That's some good fucking shit.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with it now. Like, I every once in a while, I'll pull it up and I'll crank up some Shark Island now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all because he chastised us. You know, took us to task. And then Luther sent a bunch of pictures of his rec room, which I'm rather jealous of. Like his man cave. I mean, he's got a Popeye and Bluto.
I can't even. I'm not seeing any of this.
Yeah, well, here. You scroll through it.
Oh.
Yeah. There's some good stuff in there. So thank you for writing into the old mailbag.
The Popeye and Bluto are really cool.
I mean, that's badass.
I like how Bluto's holding the fucking dumbbell.
Yeah.
That's badass. I never even seen that.
No.
Wolverine standing over the Sentinel.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some good stuff there. So, as Ian's perusing that, I'll just, that's badass. I'll let you know there are a number of ways you can reach out and touch us. You can send us an email like Luther and Thad does. And that email address is pittsburghnerd@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and or Twitter. Just search Pittsburgh Nerd. We're very, very easy to find. And you can also find us on a number of podcasting networks. We are on the Tangent Bound Network, the Weeby Geeks Network, and the Pod Breed Network. Just give them a Google search and you can find all the other great stuff they have to offer. And lastly, as always, want to thank you, dear listener, for taking the time to check us out each and every week. We can't thank you enough for that. And so on that note, the dreamer has awakened.
Peace.